What's up guys, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Michael and in this video we're looking at my top 3 crypto gaming coins to buy right now. Market is obviously going down, so we want to look at all the opportunities that are arising towards us when Bitcoin is struggling this much. You can see Bitcoin in a massive downward trend, Ethereum in a massive downward trend. I'm not saying that we've hit bottom already, it might go down a little bit more. But for me, this is a massive buying opportunity and I'm definitely benefiting from this and using this. If we drop down a little bit more, then I make sure that I still have funds ready to get a little bit more. If there's another 10 to 15% drop, it just means that I can buy in even cheaper than we are able to buy in right now, and I definitely want to be able to use that opportunity. Bitcoin is sitting just above the $35,000 mark right now. Over the last 24 hours, it dropped down even more. So we were looking at just below the, let's say around the 39,000 mark. We were looking at a bit of support there, which was an important factor. And obviously it broke through downward very quickly after that. It couldn't keep up at the support mark here. So it dropped down even more, probably looking at a new level of support, which is a very important level of support, sitting around the 32,000 mark. If it gets to the 32,000, after that, we're going to see either two things, right, which is obviously makes sense, but it's either going to bounce back up afterwards and find that level of support around the 32 and do a reversal and go back up. And if it does, we can see some awesome positive results again. But if it doesn't, it can drop down even lower and we can look at like a 28 to 29,000 mark. And if it does, then it might mean that we're going to see a very slow movement in the whole crypto market for a very long time. So if something like that happens, I'm always just looking to accumulate more tokens that I want to have during a run up. When we're looking at a bull run, when we're looking at, you know, all those juicy green numbers that everybody is always so excited about, I want to make sure that I have my funds ready and that I have my coins ready so that I can benefit from that massive run up. There's going to be coins that are going to do a 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x during runs like that, and you just don't want to miss out. So I would rather buy in now, buy in again at 10% lower, buy in again at 10% lower, and just make sure that I've accumulated enough. I always buy on the run down and I sell on the run up, and that is so far actually a pretty easy way to accumulate or to be profitable doing this, right? Nothing that I do though is financial advice. Make sure you do your own research before you buy anything at all. But cool, what I'm doing is I focus on crypto gaming a lot. Why? Is because that's just going to be so hot for over the next couple of years. There's mass adoption going on. Every new crypto gaming that comes up, the whole play to earn, the whole NFT market, everything is booming. We're seeing already massive results there. And this is only the beginning, right? It's the tip of the iceberg. There's so much happening in the crypto gaming scene with at around 300 million people having played play to earn so far and over 2 billion people playing games in the real world. We haven't seen anything yet. This is only the beginning, and I'm very excited for what's going to happen. So what do we want to do is we want to obviously look at the most promising projects in the crypto gaming scene. This is the top 100 right now. The first page, we're looking at a couple of other projects in this list, but to be honest, I could just point out 10, 20, 30 projects that I would buy in right now pretty comfortably without any problems, right? Decentraland's gone down a lot. Decentraland is a massive player in the crypto gaming scene that is definitely gonna be there for a long time. So 35% drop in a project like this, awesome. Sandbox, 38% drop. I've talked about Sandbox a little while back when it was sitting close to $5 as a buying opportunity. Of course, when it drops down to $3, to me, that just makes total sense to get into something like this, right? I'm fine buying in Sandbox at $3. I'm fine buying in Decentraland at $2. I would be fine buying the NFTs right now because you know that there's so many other projects that are relying on these two that it is totally fine to get in right now or to get in even lower because you know that there's so many projects relying on them, they're not going anywhere. Just comparing it to like Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? They always said Axie Infinity, the first ever play to earn game out, is like the Bitcoin of the crypto gaming. Sandbox is like the Ethereum, and that still applies, right? That saying still applies. So we're not looking at Axie Infinity right now, although I do like Axie Infinity. I think there's better opportunities right now that are gonna give better results. Gala dropped 46%, awesome. But cool, we're gonna focus on the ones that we want to focus on right now. Yield and Guild and Illuvium Still, same thing, projects that I would be looking at right now as a very decent number. Illuvium has been close to $2,000 per token, which is like a AAA game that's definitely looking at to be one of the top games of 2022. Dropped down 33%. Awesome. Market cap has a lot of potential for growth left. So cool, let's focus on the ones that we want to focus on, because otherwise I'm just going to sit here and just mention project after project after project. But at least you can say I'm very excited about where the market is headed right now, because I just like to buy in as cheap as possible. Right now, the lower it gets, the easier it is for me to buy in comfortably and then eventually sell again later on. So we're looking at DeFi Kingdom here as an example. It is my top 3, but I have a bonus project in here for you, which is DeFi Kingdoms, right? My top 3 are a little bit smaller projects right now to look at, but DeFi Kingdoms, that's a little bit of a bigger project as the market cap already. They've established themselves already a little bit more, but they've dropped down so much that I thought, you know what, I'm gonna kick this one in here right now as well, because why not? So this is a bonus. Let's dive in the top 3. That is Titan is one of them. Drop down of Titan Arena. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but Titan Arena dropped down 30% over the last 24 hours. If you look at year to date, well, let's look at the overall chart for a second. It's gone up towards above the 20. So it has a 10x to go back to its all-time high, right? Titan Arena has been in the news quite a lot. So they took over Axie Infinity as the most active play-to-earn game right now. Most active users in their game. Now, there's been a little bit of a speculation, a little bit of a conversation going on whether that's actually true or not, because there might have been bots involved. There were bots playing the game. And maybe that's true, but I don't really care, to be honest, because a lot of projects, they do stuff like that. If you go into into an NFT project, you join that Discord, fucking 50% of bots, right? 70% of them is bots, right? Doesn't really matter if you look at the overall look of the project, as long as they're not committing any type of real fraud or they're not really screwing people over in a massive way, then that's fine. A couple of bots here and there, doesn't matter. Overall, there's still been a lot of actual people, and maybe there were no bots, right? Maybe that's not even true. But out of all these players, the 7 million players that they've had, there's definitely been a lot of them were real. So even if it was bots, I don't really care, because it just means that there's been so many people that were actually playing it. All right, cool. So Axie Infinity faces stiff competition from Titan Arena in the play-to-earn ecosystem. So their ecosystem has been so good established that they say to do the play to earn, this is the game that's bringing in the most amount of money for people actually playing the game, which is good because it does mean that people that want to play, I'm looking at this from an investor point of view, where people that actually want to play, well, they're gonna get into it, right? So Titan Arena, blockchain game that combines personal skills of the player with teamwork, has amazed over 7 million users since it launched in September 2021. The game is now competing with Axie Infinity. So, which is pretty awesome, but that's not all. They come up with a pretty awesome staking system and burning system because they want to burn their tokens. Right now, the market cap is sitting at 171 million. Total maximum supply is 420 million tokens, which is not even that much. There's 86 million in supply right now, so fully diluted, just over 800. They're coming up with a burning system and a staking system where people actually stake their token. It takes tokens out of circulating supply, which is obviously good for the supply and demand, right? And they also have a burning system. So 100 million of tokens will be burned in total, divided in 4 stages from week 1 to 4. 100 million tokens. 100 million tokens out of total of 420. That is, well, let's say 20, almost 25%, almost 1/4 of the total amount of tokens that's going to be burned, which is insane. So they're going to get started with this coming up right now in Q1 already, in January already. So they started doing this right now. This is actively happening. So the start of the burning, they have the staking coming up in the 3rd week, which is roughly happening right now. And then there's a converting to a program after that. So there's a lot of things happening with Titan Arena. I think very awesome buying opportunity, down 30% of today alone. I would just jump in today myself personally. I would jump in today without any issue, and if it goes back down even more, awesome. I definitely do think over the course of 2022 it has the potential to run back up towards the all-time high and even beyond that. So there's a 10x, in my opinion, an easy 10x possible for Titan Arena eventually again. So that's number 1. This is what it kind of looks like. That's the project itself. Second, we have Ertha. We've talked about Urfa quite a lot already. We talk about it in my Discord channel, right? We talk about Cryowork, which is the next one, in my Discord channel a lot as well. These are two projects that we've been looking at for quite a while. Market cap here only 19 million, but these guys have just been hitting the right mark, or like having a win after win after win after win with the things that come up with the way they set up the land sales, the way they've set up the tokens, the use of the tokens for the NFT sales, the land sales, the staking, etc. They've just done everything correctly. I'm very, very excited and bullish on how this project has, developed, and how they use the roadmap to make sure that people stay excited time after time after time again. When you look at the overall chart as well, there's not been that much of a drop yet, right? Sure, it's gone from 38 cents towards 23, so close to a 50% drop. But look at the market overall, they haven't dropped that much. And why is that? Because they needed tokens for the actual sale. They want tokens for the staking, so they take tokens out of circulating supply, etc. So there's been a lot of things going on with Ertha that's been very, very positive. So here you can stake. There's a APY. That's a decent APY, I guess, 25, 50, 75%. I wouldn't stake it at these numbers, but a lot of people do, and that's what's important, whether people do it, yes or no. NFT land sale. I don't think that that's happening right now, but let's see what happens when we open up the page here. This is kind of what it looks like, right? All right, come on. This is not important, but Urfa overall has been doing very, very, very well. And the white paper looks awesome. The game overall looks awesome. I don't know if you guys seen the trailer, but just looking at the trailer, this is like a high quality game, right? It's like a AAA trailer, at least, that's looking awesome. The concept behind it attracts a lot of people. The team behind it is working very, very well. They do very important things for the token price, I guess, let's say it that way. So they do make sure that people stay excited to hold their tokens or to invest tokens even more. So for Urfa, I definitely expect them to continue to rise up. There's only a 19 million market cap right now. There's not really an indicator of like, oh, going back to the all-time high. Going back to the all-time is like a 2x roughly. That's not that special, but over the longer run, over the course of a longer while, there's definitely potential for Urfa to be one of the bigger players within the crypto gaming scene. And since we are so early and market cap is so small, you can definitely expect Urfa to do big numbers over the next couple of weeks and at least in 2022. But since it dropped so much again, the bounce up of Urfa is going to be awesome and amazing. Next, we have Cryowar. I'm very, very excited, very, very bullish on Cryowar. It's similar to Urfa. Let's refresh and see what happens. It's sitting at 45 cents right now. Market cap 38 million. Volume, that's something I haven't mentioned yet. So even DeFi Kingdom, right? That's a market cap of over $500 million already. Volume is very low right now. Here, volume is super, super small. They're not on any exchanges right now. So there's here, look at Maxi, Hobbit, nothing happening here. But I already said, by the way, that we were going to get into this later on. My bad. You can tell I'm very excited about all these projects, right? Volume here, $7 million in volume on Titan Arena, which is decent, which is okay. They're not on massive exchanges apart from Gate.io, so there's a lot of room for growth left. Of course, here, same goes for Urfa. Volume is only close to 6 million, which is not that much. Same thing, not that many exchanges. So there's so much room for growth left, for volume increase left, for exposure left for all these projects. Cryowar, probably my favorite out of this list right now, sitting at 44 cents, market cap 38 million, and volume under the 4 million right now. It is not on any big exchanges. Sure, Gate.io and KuCoin are decent, but the volume these days here aren't that great. They don't do too much. So we're still waiting for more volume, for more mass adoption, for more people to get into this project. Here you see a comment, which is very true, 6.5x away from its all-time high. So that's definitely going to go back there eventually, right? What we have in store for Cryowork Q1, and this is why I'm so excited about this project, is single staking. So they're going to come up with the staking for single staking. Just stake the Cryowork token itself alone. So you stake the token and you can earn yield. You can just get your profits from just holding it, which is passive income. NFT settlement metaverse. When you look at the website of Cryowork, they're still going to come up with the skins, right? You have the skins that they're going to sell, which is the the characters. So this is what the game looks like. The overall look of this game is awesome. So another play to earn project. It's built on the Solana blockchain, but this is what it's gonna look like. Like, how awesome is this? So many people love this style of a project, and I know I talk that that's not fundamentally important, you would say. People just like the look of it. Well, sure, we can't use numbers for that, but it's very important that people look at the game and like attracted to it, like, man, I want to play this. Because us as investors, we're relying on how many people will play the game. Even though so many people will invest into the project, if nobody's going to play it, eventually it dies out. And this game definitely has an advantage over other games where people just love the way this looks. So these two are known, the skins. Skin 3 is coming on all the different ones as well. They're going to sell the skins as NFTs that you're going to need to use in the game, in the project. These are some of the investors into the project, and then the partners. KuCoin is obviously a partner. Illuvium as well, which is one of the massive AAA projects that we're going to be looking at in 2022. So they have quite some big Penta Capital, Certified, Bullperks. They have some massive partners behind them. Of course, crypto Dutch investors, Holland represent. But that's not what we went here. I just wanted to show you the skins, which is part of the NFTs that they're going to eventually be selling, right? So the upcoming NFT settlement lands concept will give users a chance to own a piece of the Cryowork metaverse. We also would like to point out that all the revenue generated from our NFT lands will be allocated towards project development and ecosystem improvement. So that is good. They're putting a lot of time, effort, and money into developing the project. Their commitment to providing the best NFT gaming experience for their community remains intact. Second, closed beta and open beta version testing. This is going to be happening in Q1 as well. They have partnerships that add value. Of course, MetaStrike, which is like a MMORPG first-person shooter. I'm not that excited about MetaStrike, so for them that's a good achievement. They say I don't like MetaStrike that much. I made a video on it before, but it will be a big game probably within the metaverse. So when it comes down to that part, it is a good partnership. And they're obviously having a couple of other things coming up as well. But the staking is going to be very important. Why? Is because it's going to lock more tokens out of circulating supply, which helps with the increase of the token price and, of course, the NFT sales. That's all coming up. And overall, the project itself has just all the potential to do very well. We look at the chart. It picked up at the start. There was a lot of hype around it at the start of it. Here, it hit an all-time high of around 4.7 at the end of November, beginning of December. And after that, it went in a little bit of a downward trend. It followed the market, which happened with most projects out there. But on the longer term, I definitely see this project hit another all-time high again over the next couple of months. Somewhere in 2022, we can definitely expect this project to do very, very, very well, in my opinion. And then lastly, so that was the top 3. As I said, the bit of a bonus, which is DeFi Kingdom. I went to it a couple of times right now already, but the volume, look, there's just no volume here, no tradable volume whatsoever. Market cap hasn't been confirmed or verified by CoinMarketCap, but roughly will be correct. Looking at the chart, it just plummeted back down here. There was news going on that this project wasn't gonna, how do you say that this project wasn't gonna do too well because it just didn't look that good and people weren't excited about it, etc, etc, etc. Which is weird, because when you look at the people that are actually involved in it and the people that are following it, etc, they were actually very excited about the way this game looks. So there's been a lot of different stories going on within this project. It has a lot of features to it, so it's like this Pokemon-like style where you just walk around with your hero, your character, which you can buy as an NFT. But there's swapping pool. A lot of things have been developed in this project already. Here's the roadmap. This is what I mean. You can see what I mean. This is the socials a little bit. City Capital and Jewels, the token, and decentralized exchange. So they have the token launch. They've had all this done already. They've been out for a while. Then you have the heroes and the quest, which is the NFTs. They've done that already. So this is happening, and now we're here. So this is now happening. This is what's coming up. The kingdoms. Fog of War on the world map will be rolled back to reveal mountains, oceans, deserts, and anti-kingdom slots. This is, you can buy land. There's like a land auction, which is going to be worth a lot of money because people want to be involved in this, which gets a little bit more exposure, a little bit more momentum within the project itself. There's going to be buildings on top of that land. There's going to be equipment for the heroes, battle system, which is going to come up eventually with PvE and PvP. So there's a lot of things happening. DeFi Kingdoms, free NFT game, how to earn, is it better than Axie Infinity? So another game where they say that the play to earn system is better than the one from Axie Infinity, which is a big statement to make. But if that's true, of course, a lot of people will eventually get into DeFi Kingdom rather than, for example, Axie Infinity, which is right now the biggest project or the biggest crypto game available, right? So there's a lot of things happening within DeFi Kingdom itself that is promising, right? So here you see Axie Infinity versus DeFi Kingdom. There's just so much happening. We can go through all the articles and look at, you know, the actual details from the project. If you guys want me to, of course, you're more than willing to share with me in the comments that you want me to do a video on all these projects separately, one by one, so we can go in a little more depth about it. I just didn't want to make a video that was going to be 2 hours long where I review all these projects separately. But DeFi Kingdoms has only been listed on Maxi and Hotbit, which is literally nothing, which is also why volume has been so massively low. But because of this, because of the potential of this project, you can expect them to get listed on a lot of other exchanges eventually. KuCoin, Gate.io, Binance potentially later on, and when that happens and there's a lot more volume going towards, where you can expect this price to go up, right? Total's maximum supply is only 500 million, one of these two, I don't know what the difference is here. Max supply, maximum amount of coins that will ever exist, and the amount of coins that have been already created. All right, cool. So there's more coins that can still be made potentially by staking, for example, or different types of rewards using the NFTs. Maybe there's still coins to be made during the game, actual gameplay, but the token supply totally will be 500 million eventually. So there's still tokens to be made. Right now, only 62 million tokens in supply. So I definitely see a lot of potential here with DeFi Kingdoms as well. As you can tell, there's a lot of different projects that we can look to. These are my top 3 with DeFi Kingdoms as a bonus attached to it for crypto gaming projects that are actually games to buy right now during the dip. Please let me know what you guys think of these projects, whether you think that these are on the top crypto gaming projects out there right now or not, or if you prefer any other ones. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. If you could hit the subscribe button and bell notifications so you get updated on all the next videos, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.